Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a marathon by Richard, which was sponsored, and it's going to be a new introduction for me to a band called The National. As far as I know, I've never heard of them, but let's see here. Let's look at Richard's notes and to see if I'm familiar with them. I've loaded up the songs and I don't think I've heard anything, but I'm very curious. So again, Richard, thank you so much for sponsoring the marathon, and for all of you, watching the video, tuning in. Thank you for your likes, dislikes, comments. Everything kind of helps, if you subscribe to the channel, if you're new, if you're a super fan, of The National, all that would be wonderful. So Richard wrote me this email. So it says, I have booked a Music with Nick marathon introducing The National to the channel. So pretty much that's I guess then a given that it's the first time. The National, I'm hoping you don't know them well. I don't know them at all. So that I can't remember them being played, and I haven't heard them mentioned. So here it goes. So yeah, we're perfect. So we're gonna do song Fake Empire 2007 from the album Boxer, the song England 2010 from High Violet. Then we're gonna do Humiliation 2013 from the album Trouble Will Find Me. We're gonna do the song Rylan 2019 from I Am Easy to Find album, and Space Invader 2023 from Laugh Track. So and then he also adds here, The National are my favorite US band of the last 20 years. I know you know I love Elbow. Well, The National feel like they're US cousins. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I'm super excited now. I love Elbow. Although their style of music is different, there are similarities in that they're contemporaries early 2000s to now. The National have brothers in the band, 2 pairs actually, and they have a charismatic lead vocalist who is not a stereotypical frontman, but has great stage presence and writes deep, thoughtful lyrics. I saw them at the Leeds Arena last September. They were amazing. I hope you enjoy them. Thank you so much. And then of course he says, love to Marley and Alexia. Thank you so much. And then also here, P.S. for everyone who lives in the Denver area, Dave Matthews Band is in Manchester on the 29th of April. Don't forget, they'll be near you later in the year. Don't miss them. I love it. Thank you, Richard, for this awesome email, for the information. So I will put on the lyrics. I'm kind of like intrigued. But I love Elbow for many reasons. Their harmonies, the vocalist is just fantastic, and yes, like that music has literally made me cry. It's just very heartfelt, and it has to do with the lyrics, but also the delivery of the whole of the music, and adding in literally like orchestration, and I'm talking about Elbow. But yeah, let's see what we have here with The National. I'm really intrigued now. And, well, let's go. We're going to start it off with Fake Empire. I hope this is not too far. I feel like I'm screaming. I'm sorry. But here we go with Fake Empire. Thank you again, Richard, so much. And here we go. I can take off these now. And let's enjoy. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Let's start. Got the lyrics pulled up.
Stay out super late tonight, picking apples, making pies. Put a little something in our lemonade and take it with us. We're half awake in a fake empire. We're half awake in a fake empire. Tiptoe through our shiny city with our diamond slippers on. Do our gay ballet on ice. Bluebirds on our shoulders. We're half awake in a fake empire. We're half awake in a fake empire.
I love the build up here. Wowza, very cool. So as you can see that they were only playing 3 chords, the piano first, and I love the voice. It's very deep. It's, I don't know, something about it. I love the lyrics. I had them pulled up. Every time you see my face like super like pale, it's because it's the monitor, you know. I'm looking at the lyrics. So I love those, but I love that it was like very simple, but it was just, you know, building and building over it, you know. I love how that the drums came in almost like, you know, like almost changing up like the tempo of the song, because it was dun dun dun, and then the drums kind of like took over and totally changed the time signature of the song. I think that's what happened. And the drumming was really interesting, very, you know, kind of like syncopated in a way. And then I loved that it just became more and more, you know, building on top of those 3 chords, and it just works, you know. And I do see, you know, the elbow comparison, because it has like this feel of, you know, some of these songs are pretty sad. They just sound sad. I don't know if it's minor chords. They do have that impact on us humans, you know. When I play a song with pure major chords, well, you people are going to be dancing and stuff, but when you play minor chords, they just automatically sound sad. So I don't know if it was that, the chord progression, and I don't know if elbow does that as well. But it's, and then the horn section on top of it, which had like a kind of like a happy, triumphant feel, but still the chords had that, you know, minor sound to them, and they just sound, you know, not like I'm gonna get sad and gonna start to cry, but it has like this melancholic feel to the music, which is awesome, you know, which we all enjoy. So really cool Fake Empire. I really love it. And I was immediately like, okay, I'm gonna send this to Alexia right now. And that's what I usually do, you know, when I react to something and I love it, I send it to her, and she gets kind of like a little, you know, a notification like, hey, you know, Nick has shared a song with you, because we have two separate accounts. And then she usually, when she's driving, which she does a lot, she doesn't work because she's always driving, because she does move between places, but she's not a driver. So just to make it clear, but she's just in the car a lot, and we have a great stereo system in there where you can enjoy music. So all right, so England is next by The National. I love it. So far so good. I really am enjoying this. So let's go to the next song. Wow. She's gonna love this.
Summer sun a runner through the weather that I'm under, for the feeling that I lost today. Summer sun a runner for the feeling that I lost today. Summer sun a runner through the weather that I'm under, for the feeling that I lost today. Summer sun a runner for the feeling that I lost today. You must be somewhere in London. You must be loving your life in the rain. You must be somewhere in London, walking every lane. I don't even think to make, I don't even think to make, I don't even think to make corrections.
Great orchestration.
Famous angels never come through England. England gets the ones you never need. I'm in a Los Angeles cathedral. Mine is singing and sing for me. Put an ocean and a river between everybody else, between everything yourself and home. You put an ocean and a river between everything yourself and home. You must be somewhere in London. You must be loving your life in the rain. You must be somewhere in London, walking every lane. I don't even think to make, I don't even think to make, I don't even think to make corrections. Famous angels never come through England. England gets the ones you never need.
Sounds like Vangelis. Wow, man. So I would have made that comparison literally if you would have mentioned it. I would have said they sound like Elbow. You know, they have something in common. I don't know what it is. Still, I guess it's the type of composition that you stay on the same chords throughout the entire song. But I love the orchestration. There were moments there where it sounded like literally like Vangelis, like Chariots of Fire. You know, those keyboards, you know, that kind of sound. And again, the drummer is so good. Like he kind of like comes in later, and I love that this was more guitar based. There was no like real like piano sound. There were a lot of keyboards, but I love how he comes in and just like takes it into like this other direction, you know, with his drumming. Wonderful. Again, the lyrics, the voice, it reminds me a lot of Dead Can Dance singer Brendan Perry. You know, check him out. If you like this kind of music, check out Brendan Perry by himself as a solo artist. That stuff is super powerful. Just like this, it has like this epic sounding, like cinema like, you know, scale to it, you know. Like that's why I think I also mentioned Vangelis. It has like this score vibe to it. You know, it could be, you know, the background of a scene, you know, that's very powerful. And the music so far is just amazing. It really is. It's really getting to me. Like it, and I love that this kind of composition, you know, gets the recognition it deserves, because that's the way that I write. You know, I do love doing like the typical, you know, rock formula, but like I've said this so many times in my reactions, if you listen to my music, this is what it sounds like. It sounds very like score like, you know. I write, I guess because I'm so inspired by, you know, by film, and even though it has guitar and it has solos, they're all very like, it's all very slow and all very build up and very, yeah, it sounds almost like, oh yeah, very sad. You know, there's a song that I composed, and Alexia, when she heard it, she just started crying, and I'm like, why are you crying? It's like, it just sounds so sad, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, you know, but that's what I feel, you know, writing, and yeah. So let's continue. You know, the next song is called Humiliation. This is just wonderful. Thank you so much for the introduction. This is what I love, you know, when people, you know, take a little bit of a risk and, you know, let's just do something new, because I don't know, you know, I even like ourselves, like Alexa and I, we tend to just like react to the same things because we know it's going to be good. But sometimes instead of taking that step into the unknown, We don't do it because we're like, well, nobody's gonna watch it. It shouldn't be about that, you know. It shouldn't be. It should be just about the discovery of music. And I love that you just took that step and said, hey, you know, maybe nobody knows the band, but I really like them, you know, too. What if, like, you know, a couple of thousand people discover this, and it's going to enrich their life in a certain way because it's new and it's beautiful, you know. It's really beautiful music. Okay, so let's go with Humiliation. Let's see. I'm sending all these to Alexia right now. That drummer.
I survived the dinner as the air went thinner. I retired to the briars by the pool, it gets so loud. If I die this instant, taken from a distance, they will probably list it down among other things around town. Got my rings around me, I got baby to pound me. I see stars and go weak, my baby cries and lays me down. In the skies over black Venice, I see eyes of a white menace. The surprise of the week is that I never heard the sound. All the LA women fall asleep while swimming. I got paid to fish them out, and then one day I lost the job, and I cried a little, I got fried a little. Then she laid her eyes on mine and she said, babe, you're better off. I got my rings around me, I got baby to pound me. I see stars and go weak, my baby cries and lays me down. In the skies over black Venice, I see eyes of a white menace. The surprise of the week is that I never heard the sound. Tunnel vision lights my...
Okay, so this first part, like, that was amazing because it's 4 chords, you know. They were playing 4 chords, and then the drum comes in syncopated. It's not like, I was almost like, wow, I love that the you know, the drums and the chords are not in the same time signature, and then dum 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 the bass, and then dum 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 pa 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 pa. The time signature suddenly changes to the bass and the drums, and now the chords. There were 4 chords and now only 2 chords. That is something, a transition that is super cool, and it's it takes a little, you know, it takes a lot of like playing around with you know, and I love it, you know. And then just the voice and the delivery never changed, but the whole song, the structure changed from 4 chords to 2. And really cool. Like, I just love it. And when you notice those little details, it's very enjoyable. All right, let's keep going. I was not gonna interrupt, but hey, you know, it is what it is.
Tunnel vision lights my way. Leave a little life today.
The chorus.
As free fall advances, I'm the moron who dances. I was teething on roses, I was in Guns N' Noses. Under the withered and white skies of humiliation.
Wow, man. Wonderful. A lot of keyboards in there, a lot of synth. I love it. This is a style of music that I like. I love, it has so much stuff that I personally like. Maybe there's no guitar solos in there, but hey, not everything has to be full of I just love that. But if it's not there, I can live without it, no problem at all. It doesn't have to be, I used to be more like, if it doesn't have a guitar solo, it's not worth my time, that kind of stupidity. But as you grow older, you learn to appreciate music for what it is. I highly recommend, Richard, I highly recommend you listen to Porcupine Tree. Listen to Steven Wilson. You're going to love what you hear, because it's a little bit more progressive, but in the end, it does have its similarity, because it's a lot of very calm music, like soothing vocals, and it maybe a little bit heavier at times, but not everything. Especially the early Porcupine Tree is very much a synth it's inspired band, and also another band called oh my god, what are they called? It's with with Steven Wilson and somebody else. I have it right there. I can't see it. But let me just look it up, because I just want you to Steven Wilson. Okay, what are the other bands he is in? Come on. Blackfield. Check out Blackfield. Even No Man, called No Man. You're really gonna love what you hear, and it will remind you a little bit of this. But yeah, this is wonderful. This is really, really cool. Thank you, Richard. All right. Okay, let's continue with this journey. Rylan is the next song. And I also love that that you kind of like took it from each album a little bit, so it's just like the maturity of the band. You can hear that they stuck to their guns, they found a sound, and they just kind of like expanded it, with each album a little bit more. Okay.
Rylan, you should try to get some sun. You remind me of everyone. Rylan, did you break your mother's heart? Every time you tried to play your part. Is it easy to keep so quiet? Everybody loves a quiet child. Underwater you're almost free. If you wanna be alone, come with me.
Rylan, we can take the quick way out. We can turn blank white in a blank white house. Say that you're a pervert, you're a vulture. Don't you wanna be popular culture?
Is it easy to keep so quiet? Everybody loves a quiet child. Underwater you're almost free. If you wanna be alone, come with me. Is it easy to live inside yourself? All the little kids are high and hazy. Everybody's got nowhere to go. Everybody wants to be amazing. Rylan, California's rotten. Dress light blue to be forgotten. Eat your pearls on Sunday morning. Keep your conversations boring. Stay with me among the strangers. Change your mind and nothing changes. Don't let show any emotion when you climb into the ocean. Rylan, you should try to get some sun. Try to get some sun. You remind me of everyone. Rylan, you should try to get some sun. There's a little bit of hell in everyone. Rylan, you should try to get some sun.
Wow. It just like I love I love how at the end it's just like one layer, you know, of sound, and the way they implement, like, you know, I think it was violins here. And dum dum pa pa dum pa dum dum pa pa. And then sometimes it's so simple and it's just like, you know, man, I really like this band. So good. This one I totally like. I dozed a little off. I didn't look at the lyrics. I've been looking at all the lyrics except this one. But hey, it's all good. Now this last one is the longest one of the bit. I'm gonna pay attention to the lyrics again. But so just the band so far is really like something I would totally listen to. I would recommend. I would see live. It's just music that makes me feel good, you know. And there's a certain quality to it. I love that simpleness, but again, you know, I just love music that layers and layers and layers and layers and comes, and then at the end it's just like so much beauty going on. And you know, it reminds me a little bit of a couple of songs that I've heard of U2. I think U2 is a totally different, I guess that's a weird comparison, but there's a couple of U2 songs especially on that album, because I only bought one album in my life by U2, because I don't know what it was. I think I've heard the song called Lemon, um, uh, or something, and I was like, that sounds pretty dope, and then I asked, like, I don't know, I was in a record store and I was like, do you have that song like Lemon, like I think by U2? Oh yeah, it's on this album. Okay, and I bought it, and I just, this album had something, and it didn't really sound like rock music, it was really like pop, rock, whatever U2, is or was in that time. I think that was around 2000 or something. And I was very young and I didn't know anything about music. I hadn't even started playing guitar. Um, but I just love the sound of the band, and I think sometimes the band used that kind of composition where it's like just layers, building. And so yeah, if you know which album I'm talking about, let me know if you think that is accurate. Okay, give me 1 second. I just sent this to Alexia. Okay, she's loving it, but also something else, which is totally fine. I love it. Okay, Space Invader is next, and just Space Invader, the game. Remember Space Invader, or was it a movie? I remember there being an arcade called Space Invader. All right, let's get to the music.
It's a calculation. I made a mistake on. I never should have said it like I said. It'll come to me later, like a space invader, and I won't be able to get it out of my head. What if I never read the letter?
That drummer.
I slipped in the sleeve of the record I gave you. What if I'd stayed on the C train into Lafayette? What if we never met? What if I'd only just done what you told me and never looked back? What if I'd only tucked away down the hallway and faded to black? It was too romantic. It was sad and frantic. A paperback book and a storm drain. It could go number one if I copied an earworm from a melody that I wish I had.
Okay, this is reminding me so much of Roger Waters when Roger Waters was still good. I don't know what he's doing. He's like, I guess he's just, I don't know. But I remember the Final Cut. Pink Floyd was an amazing album, and he had that raspiness to his voice and almost speaking instead of singing. And then he would go off, very dramatic. But it reminds me a little bit of also Radio Chaos. Have you ever heard that? A solo album by Roger Waters. I think when he left Pink Floyd, that was his first one. And there was a lot of the speaking patterny, raspiness to his voice. And what a beautiful story here, though. Very, I don't know, just like the whole thing, about meeting on the train, and very, very cool. Also, the music again. That drummer always kind of like brings in some kind of idea that elevates the music. I love it. Really, really cool. All right.
if I'd never written the letter I slipped in the sleeve of the record I gave you? What if I'd stayed on the C train to Lafayette? What if we never met? What if I'd only just done what you told me and never looked back? What if I'd only tucked away down the hallway and faded to black? What if I'd never written the letter I slipped in the sleeve of the record I gave you? What if I stayed on the C train to Lafayette? What if we never met? What if I'd only just done what you told me and never looked back? What if I'd only tucked away down the hallway and faded to black? It'll come to me later like a space invader, and I won't be able to get it out of my head.
Okay, so new section, but this is beautiful. I think, don't you wonder, like, you know, like your wife or your girlfriend or like, you know, and some of you, you know, have lost your, you know, your loved ones by now, and but some of us, you know, we're barely, you know, starting out. I mean, for example, me and Alexa, we've been together over a decade now, but sometimes I think of these things, you know, what if I wouldn't have gone that night? You know, I was not even gonna go to that place where I met her. I said no twice, like months before. Like they literally had to force me to go because I was not interested in playing in a metal band, right? They wanted me for a metal band, and they're like, come on. And I was already playing with some other people, and we were playing jazz and stuff and other stuff. And then they finally got me to go, and that's how I met Alexia on that night. And what if I wouldn't have gone, you know? So it's like what he's singing about. And maybe you guys in your life, you know, you had that moment that maybe you got on an airplane or on a train, or you walked into that particular shop, or you met your loved one that you spent 20, 30, 40, 50 years with, you know? So it's a beautiful thing. Or maybe you've only dated for a year, you know, or you've been married for 2 years or 3 years. But it was that one moment, you know, and what if you would have done things differently? And obviously this applies to people that are very happy. I can't think of a time without Alexia. Like I had obviously all these girlfriends before, but nobody made me happy like this. Like not even by like this, you know, like they're all either super jealous or super, and I just thought that was the world, that was the way to experience love, you know. I never thought I would meet someone so different and so pure and kind-hearted and everything that she is, you know. She really is like the love of my life, and I'm so lucky to have her, you know. I can't believe it. And she proves it again and again and again and again. It's just like, I can't believe it because I never had that before. I can't look back and say, oh, I remember I was super happy with this particular person, because it was just not happiness, you know. So I really wish everyone has this in their lives by now, or at least, you know, gets there, because it's really something important. But let's get back to the song. I'm talking way too much. But beautiful, beautiful lyrics, beautiful music. What a great song. All of them were amazing. Honestly, all of them had something different. But again, you know, the style is set, you know, the style is established. I love it. You know, it's, I would totally go see them live. Like, no question. Because that's like, I love everything they do and everything that happens. And the drummer is really a highlight here. The vocalists, and I just love, you know, the guitar and the keyboards, how they add so much, and the bass and the orchestration is just wonderful. There's so much to love here. Really, really cool. Thank you so much, Richard. This was amazing. I loved it. Yes, I did interrupt a couple of times, but hey, otherwise I forget, then I could just sit here and be like mute. There's so many comments, unfortunately, of people who are like, oh, I can't watch your videos because you talk too much and whatever, you know. It's a reaction video, and I think I would do you guys a disservice of just sitting here, you know, and not saying anything. And at the end is like, this song is amazing, next one. And that's my reaction. Goodbye, you know. I just can't do it, you know. It's a lot of people do that. A lot of people literally walk away from their screen. They just let the music play. I don't know. I just can't do it. And a lot of people like to watch that kind of medium, or maybe they just skip forward and they don't even watch the music, especially when it's music they have heard hundreds of times. But why would they just come, you know, and I don't know. It's just what I don't understand is that people complain about videos and that we and Alexia talk too much. I mean, don't you think that's why you watch the reaction videos? I just don't understand it. But I know that you guys are on our side and that you always are encouraging us as you know, to talk as much as we can. And I think that's what we love to do, you know, especially to talk about music. And there's just a few people that are just weird, and they just want to listen to the song and look at two people, I think, move their eyebrows or something. I don't know. Whatever. Thank you so much for being here again. If you liked the video, do give it a like. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy, you know, what we do here. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, Richard. I'll see you all in the next one.